And what I'd like to do is give people a few clues. Okay, one of them is if you take all the fingertips and thumb tips together and you hold it right through your shirt about 2 inches above your belly button, you won't be reversed when you're testing. Okay, and after we made our DVDs, in fact, we may make a copy of this and include it in our Truth Techniques, the DVDs that teach how to test. I realized where people were having trouble, and there's kind of 3 big hints. Okay, and one of them is when you start that, if you're getting the same thing, look away. So I want to be healthy, and then look at where is it on the clock. Okay, I want to be sick and look at it, versus having that performance standard. So one thing is look away, and then look at it when you're done. 2 is instead of how far can you do it, when do you first notice tension? So if I'm saying I got my eyes closed, when do I first notice tension? Okay, I want to be healthy, it's right there. Okay, I want to be sick, I can feel it right there. So that's a second technique. If that doesn't work, the one that you talked about is lock the muscles of the arm. And then for me, if I lock them and I try to force it as far as I can, I want to be healthy, I want to be sick. If I've got those muscles locked, it's a huge difference.
Yep.
The other thing I'll tell people is, and we like I said, we teach 17 self-testing methods, but if rotating it this way doesn't do it, try rotating it this way. If that doesn't do it, try switching arms. And so go all 4 directions with both arms looking away, try the first sign of tension and then locking the muscles, and then if I snap it but I've got the muscles locked, I would say about 99% of people are going to be able to do that. If they can't, the most common reason is they're not holding their belly spot and they're wearing something they're inhaling, like a fabric softener or shirt, or they're dehydrated. So if they drink a quart of water, they can almost always get that to test clear. If they don't wear, as long as they're not wearing an inhalant.
Okay. So a fabric softener, will that affect most people, or half the people, or any idea yet?
I would say this: probably 75% of the people.
Really?
If your shirt's done in bounce, maybe 90%, or tied. So wearing a non-fragrance in terms of your laundry soap is huge. I would say 95% of the people that can't self-test, it's because of something they're wearing in their clothing. That's huge.
Yeah.
Even if it's a natural, product, if they're reactive to that product, even though it's natural. So we make some recommendations on our website of things that most people can be okay with.
Okay. Do you believe in those laundry balls?
That very few people are toxic on those. I don't think I've seen that. Now sometimes people say they don't clean well enough, but we recommend a product called Our Detergent. That's a liquid. It's very citrus, kind of pre-soak. I have it shipped from Florida here because it's that cost effective. But borax is usually good. OxyClean for most people is okay. You just have to test it.
Okay.
Yeah. But and let me just walk through that one time. The way you test for something, whether that's a food or your laundry soap, you make sure you're not reversed. Okay, I want to be healthy, I want to be sick. And then you test it, and there's 3 statements. And it needs to test a certain way. Okay? So there's 3 statements. So if I say for me, tied, I want to be healthy, tied, I want to be sick. Well, all 3 were strong. If tied, I want to be sick is strong, I can't use tied. Okay? You want it to be strong, weak. So if I use Our Detergent, so Our Detergent, strong, Our Detergent, I want to be healthy, Our Detergent, I want to be sick. So you want it to be strong, weak. Same thing with, for example, pineapple doesn't test good for me. So if I go pineapple, it stops right there. Okay? It goes weak from the beginning. If I think about something else that doesn't test good for me, but it's weak on a different level, chocolate. So if I go chocolate, I want to be healthy, it stops right there. So you need to test all 3 statements. One of the reasons why most people have not been successful using kinesiology, they're not clearing reversals by holding the belly. And they only test one level. So you'll walk in and your practitioner who's trying to do well but doesn't understand will say, hold wheat, and they push out wheat. Okay, they hit wheat, your arm's strong. Well, for me, wheat is bad. Okay, but again, chocolate for me is strong at this level. Chocolate, I want to be healthy. It's strong. It's it tests the second level. So if they're not clear on all 3 levels, meaning if you say the substance again like chocolate, that's strong. Chocolate, I want to be healthy, tests weak. It would need to be strong. Okay. And then chocolate, I want to be sick, needs to be weak. So there's 3 statements. If you don't test all 3, you have an incomplete test.
Okay. If we could at this time, I'd like to cover something we discussed earlier when we were, I asked you, why not just say, show me a yes, and then show me a no, and then ask, is this good for me, or should I eat this now, instead of saying, do I want to be healthy, do I want to be sick? Because that kind of threw me off.
Right.
Also, when I was watching your videos, trying to figure out in my mind, what's that mean? You know, why can't we just ask it a yes or no question?
Right. I'll give you the best explanation I have. First of all, you have to clear for reversal, or your answers are hosed.
Okay.
So if you're not clearing for reversal for yourself and the client, you can't trust your answers. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, toxicity fields require looking at all 3 levels. Okay? I can say, I'm fighting a virus, yes. I'm fighting a bacteria, no. I can do that. Why? I don't know. I've just done this a lot. Toxicity levels, if you don't look at all 3 levels, you don't have an open informational field to get right information. So I could say, should I have chocolate? Yes. That's because chocolate is a toxin that reverses me. Now see, wheat is a toxin, but it doesn't reverse me. Should I have wheat? No. But chocolate is a much more severe toxin for me. Now, if I ask about chocolate first, so now I've opened up a window, and I'm asking within that framework, okay, chocolate, I want to be healthy. Oh, so I've just showed the body how bad it is for me. Should I have chocolate? No. When you're testing toxins, if you don't go through that 3-question sequence, your answers are incomplete. So I would say I've had the majority of people that come to me that are on multiple supplements, and you know, I hold the supplement like, let's say this for them. This is a MMS.
Yeah.
But most people, their practitioner said, oh, they're fine. They always test strong on the first layer, like MMS. That's fine. MMS, I want to be healthy, for them might be bad, but that's very rare. So it's the 2nd and 3rd levels that people are not aware of. And most electronic acupuncture, according to Vol, I always say it wrong, EVA or EAV, yeah, those machines typically only test 1 level. There's a couple of new generations that do 3 levels, but they're fairly rare. You actually say the 3 statements because you need complete information.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think, you know, I think another thing that I want to use is a lot of people will say you can write down the name of a supplement on a piece of paper and test it, or you can test it through an opaque container. I've seen very mixed results with that. Okay, so I know if I open, like this is the molecular silver, if I look down in it, I know I can get a good test. If I have a PDR in front of me, you know, the physician's desk reference, it has a picture of every medication, not the box, the tablet. You can test off that picture. So if your doctor says, I want to put you on beta blockers, and you look at a PDR and you go through and you test which one works for you, or talk to the pharmacist. He's handled them. You can then test through his field, like Inderal or Tenormin or whatever that would be. You can test to make sure that what they're giving you, you're compatible with before you ever pay for it, before you ever take it.